welcome to my channel once again. Omobeejay is my name. Omobeejay vlogs. A couple of people asked me what it was like having a Zoom introduction. I mean, it was weird to even me self that I'm talking. It was weird to me too, but yeah, it was a decision that had to be made. So what led to it? Okay, I was in this long distance relationship. Babe was back home, I was here, and of course everybody knows for long distance relationships you should work on both parties coming together as soon as possible. Like, you should not be in a long distance relationship and not have an end in mind. The relationship is going to, it shall not good. I don't know what will happen to the relationship. Okay, so yeah, so we had to think of how to shorten and with an end in view, or end, or like, when is this long distance relationship going to end? I'm sure you get what I mean. And so it's usually said that in Yoruba land, I'm Yoruba, for wedding process like that, it usually starts with introduction, more like families getting to meet each other, and then they'll decide a date and pick a date. And when they pick the date, that's when you'll start planning towards the wedding. So like, it was quite important for the introduction to be there. And sometimes it could be formal introduction, it could be informal. But if I was probably back home and we've had a couple of visits to each other's houses and both parents know each other, like, I don't know if you get what I mean, but yeah, I was here, he was there, and we couldn't help the situation. I was even looking at traveling home at that time, like, to probably make it a formal. Even at that time, it was at the peak of COVID-19, and there was international bans, such that I couldn't go over. Like, there was nothing anybody could do, you know, that kind of thing. And yet this was a decision that had to be made and all. So we eventually agreed or decided that Shepi's introduction now, that we've heard or seen of stories where people are in this kind of situation and they still go on to do it. So we conceived the idea and we wanted to consider it. Of course, it's not everybody it was going to go down well with. A couple of my friends I told, everybody had varying opinions. Some people were like, no, now why we not be there is wrong now, something. No, now they were like, no, just go home first. I'm like, how am I going to go home first? I have holiday books for this time already. I can't travel, there's international ban. Do you want me to move it till when? Like, we couldn't just deal with it anymore. But like, beyond what everybody had to say, the discouraging options, the discouraging concerns and opinions, I think it was more of what Babe and I really wanted, and we were happy to go on with it. And as God would have it, even our parents were not saying, Laila, you, wa bodo wa around you, or the other part is saying, Laila, you, and itafefe agbodo you. They were okay and happy for us to continue and have the introduction at that time, like, more like start the process, pick the date and all of that. So I mean, who are we to be saying otherwise? So that led to us making plans regarding it. And it's supposed to be a family thing. Like, introduction was supposed to be just a parlor thing where parties, families meet. But these days, introduction have turned to engagements. Like, when you see introduction pictures, you're like, so what will happen at engagement? You're like, you should have come brought out the area so that we know that we have finished engagement, like that, you know, that kind of thing. So I think my parents also had a way of making the introduction these days go in that line. So yeah, we had tents. Yeah, there was a tent, it was a proper party. I wasn't just there, and I followed on Zoom. Some of my friends here encouraged me to get dressed, and it's my day anyway. Yeah, I'm glad they made me do those things, to be honest. So I got dressed. That morning I didn't want to get dressed. I think it started for 2. As at 12 or 1, I was still in my PJ, and I'm like, well, nobody's going to know anything or say anything, or that kind of thing. But I got dressed. It was a proper party. It was a proper introduction. I mean, a proper trending introduction of these days, not like the parlor one. I don't know if you get what I mean. So I'll show you pictures and videos that we might need to capture from it. So I followed on Zoom. I created a Zoom link. I told my brother he doesn't have to business. He has to just follow this event for me and let me to see it. So yes, I did it like that, and I shared with a couple of friends who were here and would also like to follow, and they also followed the event. So I was right in my room, well dressed, but just following them. I was even thinking that Shebi, I am present, I am just on Zoom, these people should at least recognize my presence. But no, they did not recognize my presence. They did not even know that I am there. That kind of thing. Yeah, it was quite awkward, but I think the picture that there were lots of pictures from it, but there was this particular picture that used to get to me. I think it was that picture that I uploaded on the day this video idea came. So there was this picture. Normally when they do like that, when someone is around, someone is not around, they get to use pictures. They'll use a framed picture of the person who is not around, or if it's both parties, they use the framed picture. So there was a framed picture of me just on the chair there. Like, I mean, I'm still pained. I am still very, very pained. Yeah, so that picture, I don't like that picture. I should not lie. Anytime I see that picture like this, I used to scroll past fast because it reminded me of the reality of I wasn't at my own introduction, that kind of thing. So what did it feel like? Of course, everybody wants to be at their own introduction now. Nobody wants to do anything virtually. But yeah, so a part of me wanted to be there. A part of me did not like that they put my picture on share. But yes, in another vein, in all sincerity, a part of me was happy that I was not around. Let me not lie. Okay, so I think I'm an indoor person. I don't like going out. I don't like being in the limelight, like all eyes on me, that kind of thing. So yes, if I was at home, I mean, would have done all the paparazzi of matching outfits, all the paparazzi that I did that day. But for some reason, I was glad that I was watching it and seeing it, and I was not there. Excuse me, it's not like I can run away. Wedding day is still waiting for me. Yeah, because shooting this video now, I'm preparing for the wedding, so I've not done it yet, but you might be seeing this after the wedding. So all things being equal, yeah. So that's it. So if another part of me felt like, thank God I'm not there. Thank God I didn't have to go all the way to do an engagement in an introduction. Like, it still amazes me. But yes, that's the trending thing now. There's little we can do about that. So aside that, what other feelings did I have? I don't think there was any other feeling. Yeah, of course, I would have loved to be around Babe. I would have loved to be there, and maybe the reality dawned on me more. But yeah, it was a time when everything was getting virtual meetings, virtual interviews, virtual this, virtual that. So it was a new normal. So I really did not see a big thing about it. But it was just the wedding. I told myself, no matter what have happened, I am traveling now for my wedding. But yes, even in that one, it's still dependent on international ban and all of that. But fingers crossed. I'm optimistic that all things work together for good, because I love God, or because we love God, and are called according to His purpose. So basically, I would say that that was just the introduction. Families were happy, we were happy. Nobody was stopping us, nothing was stopping us. A couple of friends had their opinion, valid ones to be honest, but we didn't allow it to carry water too much, so we could actually go on with our plans. And yes, long and short of this video, if you find yourself in similar situation, like, just weigh your options and you guys just do what you're happy about. Basically, things keep changing. I mean, if we didn't do the introduction at that time, it will still be pending till now, because I still don't have holiday to go home yet. Or maybe we would have done a back-to-back one, introduction, more like do everything by the time I manage to go home, or maybe skip the introduction part. Or to see, I could not figure out how we could have done it without, okay, people just go ahead and do it. Every other person was there, I was the only one who wasn't there, and I was happy about it, so there wasn't any issue. So yeah, that was it. So that's just one of our wedding diaries. Thank you so much for coming to this wedding diaries. Yeah, it's loaded, so watch out for the next one. See me in my next video. I remain your darling Omobeejay. Remain in God, and God bless you. Bye.